Hello and welcome to another Facebook Live. Let's start again. Rewind. If this is the first time you're watching us on Facebook, my name's Craig and I'm from the website mencioningles.com, where you can find free content to help you improve your English. And also we have a podcast. If you're interested in listening to audio for free, go to inglespodcast.com, where you can find free content also to help you improve your English. And with me today, I'm very happy to welcome, got it right today, this time over there is my...
that way. Try again. It's the last one, Craig. Go on. Okay. Hi, Craig.
Over there with me, welcome to Lynne, my good friend, who's joining us today from putitlikethis.com. Hello, Lynne.
Hello, Craig. Hi. Maybe our viewers don't really know what we're doing, but we always have problems.
I don't think we know what we're doing, but carry on.
When we point to each other, we're in mirror reflection, so we always point the wrong way. So hello, everybody. My name is Lynne, and putitlikethis.com is the website where you can find out about me and the kind of things that I do. I'm an online teacher, and I tailor-make English classes for people who want to improve their English. So if you're interested, you can find out more at putitlikethis.com. And we're getting some people already coming. So we've got, I can see. So Norma is here again. Hi, Norma. Nice to see you again. I always think you're a baby because I always see the picture of you, Norma, with your beautiful little baby. But I don't think your baby speaks English yet. So you probably look a little bit different. And Rebecca, hello. Hema's here again. Thank you, Hema. Nice to see you again too. Katia from Costa Rica, Mirta, yeah, Alejandro, and you're challenging me now. I don't read that script, the next one. Can you show it, Craig? Do you know who that is?
I don't know, and I'm wondering what the script is. Can you let us know where you're from and what that language is? Because I could guess, but I don't want to offend you if I'm wrong, so I'm not going to say anything. Whoever you are, welcome wherever you are in the world. It's good to see you.
Welcome. And and everybody else is joining now from Cantabria, from Spain, from Costa Rica, Colombia. Lovely. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. So this week, before we go into the topic, if you're watching the replay, thank you for spending time with us. If you're watching live, also thank you very much. This is the last time I'm going to be doing the Facebook Live with Lynne until after August. So it's very sad.
It's only 4 weeks.
I know.
5 weeks, yes. But I'm going to go on a holiday.
Do you want to say where you're going, or is it? Would you rather not?
Oh no, I'm going. We're just going to go local this time. So I'm not going on holiday for the whole month, but I'm trying to have a rest. I need to recharge my batteries. I've been working quite hard. So but we are going to go away, but we're just going very local to here, somewhere close to Valencia. We're going to the seaside, so we'll be swimming, and we've got 1 week at the beach. So that will be nice. I don't like to spend my holidays in Valencia. It's too hot for me normally in August. But because of the problems with COVID, it's difficult to arrange anything else. So we're going to have lots of sun protective sun cream, and I'll be covered up and I'll be on the beach.
So you'll be able to chill out, which is an expression we are going to look at today. To chill, we'll look at what that means, because we're going to look at 14 colloquial expressions, part 2, that will help you to sound like a native speaker. These kind of expressions you don't usually find in course books when you're learning English, but we think they're very useful when you hear them, to know what they mean, and also for you to use them to make you sound a bit more like a native speaker. We did do a part 1, which was, what was it, Lynne, 2 or 3 weeks ago?
3 weeks ago, before we did the phrasal verbs. So if you're really good, you can have 28 phrases to make you sound like a native. But Craig, I'm seeing a really exciting line here in the chat file. Luis has said, thank you, because he got a job. Congratulations, Luis. Can you see that? Luis Picasso. Luis Picasso.
Oh, congratulations.
He got his job today. Well done. And he said by studying English with us, I'm sure we weren't that influential, but that's nice of you to say so. But I'm really glad that you got a job. Well done, because that's quite
Yeah.
hard nowadays.
I love hearing good news like that, Louis. So congratulations.
It's fantastic. And he's not celebrating. He's decided to keep learning English with us, which is even better.
Okay. So let's get started. 14 colloquial expressions. The first one being this. Now, I've got a question for you, Lynn, because I know what 6 of one and half a dozen of the other means. I've never heard the expression 6 and 2 threes.
That's what we say in the North. I never
Okay.
say 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. We say 6 and 2 threes, because
So it's a
2
regional-
times 3 is 6. So
regional
maybe it's a
thing.
regional difference. Yeah. So these expressions, 6 and 2 threes, or you can say 6 of one and half a dozen of another. That's a bit of more of a mouthful. Or you can also say, there's another one which was swings and roundabouts. Now, all of these phrases mean more or less the same, right? But the thing is, and this, you'll see this today with this class that we're doing, we're giving you often there's 2 or 3 versions of the same thing. Now, for you guys, what you should do is you should try to choose the one that you think you can remember and say the easiest, because some of them are a bit of a mouthful. So you can choose the one that you think is the right one. And then that will, if you can put this into your language, then you sound more natural in English. All of these expressions often are not necessary for the meaning of what you're saying. So it's not really, it's not a communicative thing. It doesn't communicate your main message, but it makes you sound very, very natural. And what Craig and I, just before you came live, Craig and I were just discussing this. Many of these phrases, if you hear them in context, you will understand what they mean, no problem. Yeah. But the question is, you don't use them in context. So the challenge today is for you to choose one. And when you speak English next, see if you can start putting it into your spoken language. And that makes you sound much more natural.
Absolutely.
So you're going to tell them what this all means, Craig? 6 and 2 threes, or 6 of one and half a dozen of another?
Well, let's imagine, because when I leave Valencia and I travel outside the city and I come back, now I can drive through the center of the city to get to where I live near the sea, and it's shorter, but there's more traffic. So it's swings and roundabouts. It's 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. The distance is shorter, but because of the traffic, the time will be longer. So really, does it matter? Shall I go around the city? Shall I go through the city with the traffic? It's swings and roundabouts. It really doesn't matter. It's 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. Or as you say, Lynn, it's 6 and 2 threes. Is that right?
I like 6 and 2 threes. 6 and 2 threes is much faster to say, because you say 6, and then with the pronunciation's a bit tricky. We don't say and 2 threes. We say 6-en. So from the 6, we push it to the un. 6 and 2 threes. 6 and 2 threes. Really easy to say that. It's easier than 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. So basically, this means the same. It's all the same. It makes no difference.
Have you heard this joke, Lynn? My sister has hay fever, and she's diabetic. So on her birthday, we never know whether to buy her chocolates or flowers. You know, it's 6 of one and half a dozen of the other.
That's very
terrible
bad.
Joke.
That's a terrible joke.
It's not true. It's just a joke.
Okay, next one.
Let's move on quickly after that terrible joke.
After that terrible joke. Right. Okay. Now, these are lovely phrases. All of these mean exactly the same. You can say spot on, or you can say bang on, or you can say dead right, or you can say too right. Now, you can choose the one that's easier for you to pronounce. What do you normally use, Craig?
I would probably say spot on, or possibly two right.
Me too.
Being from you too. Oh,
Me
okay. No
too.
difference.
Yeah.
No
I don't
difference
usually
there.
say bang on, but some people do. But I say
Oh,
spot on
um,
or
um,
too right.
and what they mean is completely accurate or correct. Now, these expressions are mainly used in British English. They're not very common in American English, but they are quite common if you're a British English speaker. So, Lynn, guess what I'm doing after we finish this Facebook Live today? Guess what I'm going to do?
I reckon you're going to have dinner.
Spot on. You're dead right. Absolutely. And I'm guessing you're going to do the same.
Yes, I'm going to do the same too.
Yeah.
Craig, guess what I'm going to do when I'm on holiday?
You're going to relax, and you're probably going to do some reading and just take it easy.
Too right.
Yeah. So something's
Okay.
absolutely correct. This is a good way to react to it. And you could say that you're spot on with your prediction, or you're bang on with your guess, or you're dead right with your guess. And don't confuse this expression with on the spot, which means immediately. If you do something on the spot, you do it now, immediately. It's not the same meaning. So on the spot is immediately, and spot on is completely accurate.
Okay. And of course, you can just say, to communicate, you can say yes, but that's just not interesting, is it?
No, it's a bit boring.
Bit boring. Yeah. That doesn't sound like a native speaker, right? So a native speaker, you say spot on.
As Hema said, exactly right. Yes, that's spot on, Hema. Absolutely right.
Great.
Okay, let's move on then. Number 3.
Right. So these.
Check it out.
Check it out. And again, the pronunciation here. Now, we had the pronunciation. I'm going to do a little detour now and talk about pronunciation, Craig. Is that all right?
Spot on.
Right. Now, maybe some of you don't know, but what happens in English to make us speak more fluently is that if we have a word that ends in a consonant, so if you look at this phrase, it, t is a consonant. If the next word starts with a vowel sound, and this word starts with a vowel sound, out, ow is a vowel sound, right? So in order to speak quickly in English, what we do is we push the consonant from the first word and we push it to the second word. So listen, I say, check it out. Tout. I'm saying, check it out. And when I said 6 and 2 3s, I have the 6, which finishes with a s sound. And the next word is and or un, because we're saying it quickly, and I say sixen, sun, sixen. 6 and 2 3s.
And it's not only the t and the ow that goes together, it's also the k at the end of
And
check, which is a consonant, and the I at the beginning of it. So we don't say check it out, we say check it out. It sounds like one word.
Check it out.
Check it out.
Check it out. So I like that. Everybody, let's say, check it out.
Repeat after us. Say it with us. Check it out.
Check it out. All right. Now, check it out. Another way of saying it is take a look or have a look. So let's think of an example, Craig. Have you got an example? I haven't thought of an example. Check it out.
I can think of a really good website, and you should definitely check it out. PutItLikeThis.com is a fantastic website, and if you haven't seen it, you should definitely check it out. Now, you can say check it out as we've just shown you with that pronunciation, but also sometimes you might hear it emphasized. If you're really excited about something, you might say check it out. It's fantastic. So you're really punching those words to give emphasis to the expression. Check it out. It's amazing.
Spot on, Craig. Spot on.
Out or have a look at.
Well, I'll tell you about my favorite podcast if you want to have listening practice. I know that you listen to Craig's podcast, inglespodcast.com. Check it out. If you don't listen to that, check it out. Put it up again so they can see it. inglespodcast.com. That's Craig's English podcast to help you. It's a bit like this, isn't it? But without video, isn't it? You do it with Reza,
Yes.
and it's a little bit more grammatical, possibly more grammatical, lexical. So that's a podcast that you can listen to. So that's quite nice if you're on the beach in your holidays and you don't want to obviously take your computer. So you can just put your headphones in and listen to it on the beach while you're sunbathing. And another podcast that I really enjoy. It's a little bit challenging because it's this podcast is for real English speakers, and it's called Outlook. And if you go onto the BBC website, the BBC podcast website, you'll find Outlook. And I really enjoy listening to this podcast. It's a long podcast. It takes like 30 or 40 minutes. But these are really special stories of real people who something really spectacular or strange or moving has happened to them. And so they are real stories about real people, but I find them very uplifting, and I love listening to them. And they come out, I think, once or twice a week, actually. There's a lot of them.
I've just put the link in the chat box. So there's a link there that you can follow to get to the BBC podcast.
So that's my hot tip for the summer. My hot tip for the summer is listen to the Outlook podcast. And the English is beautiful that you hear because the presenter has a beautiful voice. I think she's called Jo Fidgen. She's a lovely voice when she's speaking. And of course she interviews various people or talks to various people, but it's quite slow paced. So it's not very, very fast and difficult. It's not like a news show, but it's very interesting. Check it out.
Check it out or have a look. Two more things to mention before we move on. As Lynne said before, with the pronunciation of check it out becoming check it out because of the vowel connection with the consonants. It's the same thing with take a look. Again, you have consonant vowel. So take a look, or have a look. And an interesting thing, look is a verb, but we often use taker or haver with the noun. So you can listen to something or have a listen. You can taste something or have a taste. So very often we use that collocation of the verb have or take with the noun instead of using the verb. It's more colloquial and it's very common.
Yeah, you'll definitely sound like an English speaker if you say have a taste or have a look.
Have a look.
Or have a listen. Have a listen to the podcast.
Have a sip. Have a sip of my wine.
Have a sip. Yeah. That is very English actually, and it's much more colloquial to say that rather than to say drink my wine or taste my food or look at the website.
Yeah, exactly. And Lynne's just given you a recommendation for some listening practice on the BBC podcast. And I've got a few recommendations as well, but I'm going to tell you next week. I'm not going to tell you now. I'm going to bite my tongue. Now, that's your tongue there. And if you bite your tongue idiomatically, not physically, then you don't say anything. You keep a secret. To bite your tongue. Be careful of the pronunciation. The spelling's a bit tricky of tongue. The vowel sound is ah. So tongue. Bite your tongue.
And bite your tongue. I think there's a little. The example that you gave, Craig, is of course correct. You're going to stay silent. But it also has the idea that you are not going to say what you think. So if you're in a conversation with someone, maybe Craig, maybe you're telling me about a family member who has done something crazy, and maybe I'm thinking, oh my God, what a weird family you have, right? But I don't want to say that to him. Then I am going to bite my tongue. So I'm not going to say what I think. Or let me give you another example. Maybe your boss is criticizing everybody in the office, and he's saying, this is terrible, and people are coming late, and people are using the photocopier too much, and people are doing this and people are doing that. And maybe your boss is the one that comes late every day, but you have to sit there and bite your tongue, which means you mustn't say anything, because you have to stay silent. You should not say what you think, because your boss might get angry.
Or maybe your boss was wearing a ridiculous, silly, stupid shirt like this one, and you wanted to say something, but because he or she was your boss, you bit your tongue. Be careful of bite, it's irregular. So the infinitive is to bite, past tense, second form, bit, B-I-T, and the third form is bit as well. So bite, bit. Mm-hmm. I bit my tongue is the past. Mm-hmm. And there's a similar expression when your lips are sealed. So here are your lips. And if you seal your lips like you seal an envelope, to seal, S-E-A-L, means to close, then you don't say anything. So if you say your lips are sealed, then you're not speaking. You are staying quiet. Mm-hmm. There's a comment from
Isidro. Is a nice comment to comment.
I've lost it. Where is it? If you have any comments or questions, feel free to put them in the chat.
There's a nice comment
here it was.
from...
just checking. Okay. So Siam was checking. Check it out. Están vistazo? Yes, that's what it means. Yeah, check it out or have a look. Exactly. Yeah.
And then Isidro Gonzalez has sent a nice comment. He said, can you see that one? It's the He says, you don't say to your children, remember, Isidro, if you're asking for a question, then you need to invert the order. So don't you say to your children, okay? So you have to have the auxiliary first. Don't you say to your children, a cat has eaten your tongue. Nearly. What we say to the children is, has the cat got your tongue? Not eaten it. That would be too graphic, right? Has the cat got your tongue? And that means, why are you not saying anything? So what it means to the children is, why are you not talking? Why are you not answering me? Why are you not speaking? Yeah, you're being quiet. Speak to me. Has the cat got your tongue? Has the cat ever got your tongue, Craig?
It's got my tongue at the moment, yeah, because I was just thinking about Amalia's question. Sorry, Amalia. Bite, bit, bitten, because I said bite, bit. Both are possible, although actually I think bitten is probably more common. Do you agree?
Yes, I would say so.
Bite, bit, bitten is more common, but bite, bit is also correct.
Okay.
And Luis Alfredo is saying bite means pardon in German. Well, I've learned something today, Luis Alfredo. I did not know that. But I
think he means bitter, but it's pronounced differently, and it's bitter with a double T. But anyway, yeah, great. Yeah, you're right.
Absolutely right, Luis.
Okay, right. Now we have another one with tongue, I think, coming up. Yeah.
Yep.
We have another one with tongue. We like the ones with tongue. And this is, it's on the tip of my tongue. Now the tip is the end. Oh, Craig's showing you the tip of his pencil. This is the tip of your nose, the tip of your nose as well. So the tip is the end of, the point of, all right? Now, when we say it's on the tip of my tongue, we use this when we want to use a word and suddenly we can't remember it. I'm sure you've all had that feeling, not just in English, even in your own languages. Sometimes you're speaking or you can't remember the name of somebody or the name of something or the name of a city that you visited. And you say, it's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember it.
His
And
name or her name escapes
her
me,
name.
you could say. If something
Yeah.
escapes you, then you can't remember it. For example, who was the actress in the film Notting Hill with Hugh Grant?
Julia Roberts.
Yeah. So that wasn't on the tip of your tongue. You knew
No,
that
you have
straight
to say,
away.
you have to say to me, spot on.
Oh, yep, spot on. Bang on. Who was Tom Cruise's first wife? Who was Tom
I
Cruise's
think
first
I know.
wife?
I think I know. Is it on the tip of your tongue? I think I know who it is.
Who is it?
Was it Nicole Kidman?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Shall I give you another question? I've got some here. Who directed The Big Lebowski, No Country for Old Men, Oh Brother, Barton Fink, and Fargo? Who was the director of those films? The directors, I should say.
Directors.
Is it on the tip of your tongue, or have I stumped you?
You've stumped me. I don't know.
The Coen brothers. The Coen brothers directed. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I'm being corrected. Amalia says it wasn't Nicole. It was Mimi Rogers.
You're right,
Thank you, Amalia.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
you're right. I think he's been married
Amalia.
3 times. Has he, Amalia? Tom Cruise? So Mimi Rogers, Nicole Kidman. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. His third wife.
Yeah, isn't she from New Zealand? The woman.
She's a singer.
One.
She was a singer, wasn't she? And an actress.
But isn't she a Kiwi?
It's on the tip of my tongue.
Well, I hope it comes out of your mouth because I don't know.
Amalia's going to tell us. Amalia's going to tell us in a few minutes.
Amalia knows everything.
Natalia says, "How can you remember all of that stuff?" Well, Natalia, I've got an open Word document on my computer, and before we went live, I just wrote down some questions like, "Who sang the song I Will Always Love You?"
I will always love you. Whitney Houston.
You see, it was on the tip of your tongue for a minute or a second, and then you got it. It was on the tip of her tongue. So yeah, when you can't remember something, and then you're nearly, you can see the person's face, you can't remember the name, you can say it's on the tip of my tongue.
Mm-hmm. Rafa has made a comment. Rafa, I want to help you there with your English. Can you put up Rafa's comment?
Just a second.
Said the third one. Mini Azabut, Rafa.
Rafa. Hi, Rafa.
Oh, hi, Rafa. It's Rafa from Cordoba. Hi, Rafa, again. You said the third one was, I think you wanted to say no, was no actress, but you said 2. And I just want to help you there, Rafa. You don't say 2, you say either. The third one was no actress either.
No, I think he's trying to say an actress, and he mixed the order.
Okay, actress. Sorry. Then that's right. Sorry, Rafa.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. The third one was an actress too. She played in a teen TV show when she was young, but I don't know the name. Now, why do you not know the name, Rafa? Is it because it's on the tip of your tongue?
Amalia, we're still waiting for you to tell us Tom Cruise's third wife.
She's on another one now. Amalia's saying I Will Always Love You was written and first sung by Dolly Parton. Well, there you go.
Oh, was it? I did not know that.
I didn't know that either.
I thought it was Whitney Houston. Okay. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Right. Okay, somebody has got to find out who Tom Cruise's third wife was. But we'll go on to the next phrase. What do you think?
While you're thinking of that, which will not help your English, but it might help your memory, we'll move on to the next.
He's got it. Erwin, literal. Katie Holmes.
Katie Holmes.
And Katie Holmes is from New Zealand. I'm sure she's from New Zealand, Katie Holmes.
Is she?
Yeah,
okay.
I think so.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rafa's got it. It's on the tip of my tongue. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I remember her face, but her face rings a bell, you could say. Her face reminds me of something.
Yeah, that we had that 2 weeks ago when we did the colloquial expression.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Right, next one.
Give
We could
me
have been
a
using this.
break. Yeah, give me a break. Give it a rest. If you're a little bit angry or a little bit bothered by something, you could use this expression to express your anger or frustration. So if you think someone's bothering you unfairly or treating you unfairly, you could say, give me a break. Let's say, for example, your room is a mess and your mother comes in or your father comes in and says, clean up your room. You could say, give me a break. I've just come back from college. Or give me a break. I started 10 minutes ago to clean it up. Give it a rest, will you? I'm trying to have a sleep. So it really expresses frustration and maybe a little bit of annoyance. Give me a break. Irritation. Yes.
And when we add the words will you or would you, that's not asking somebody, please. It's not being polite. It's expressing your irritation. Give it a rest, will you? Give it a rest, would you? Or give me a break, will you? Okay. And it's with that kind of intonation. It's not a question, but that will you or would you is actually expressing irritation. Okay. And also boredom, because I thought Francisco says you're describing your older son. Yeah.
Give me a break.
And for example, if Craig, which he was about to do, because he's got that Word document with all of those questions on it, asking me, he never told me he had that before the class. That was very unfair. Right.
Oh, give me a break. I was trying to prepare the lesson.
Yeah, and he's got this Word document with all these complicated questions about popular culture, which is not my thing, right? And of course, if he'd kept asking me, I could have, because I was getting bored. Or will you give it a rest? Will you stop asking me anymore? Give me a break, because I can't get them right. So I could say it in that sense. All right.
Or you could say, I could say to you, if you get irritated or if you get annoyed, hey, Lynn, just chill, will you? Just chill out. Or take a chill pill. And you said before we connected that that's a favorite expression of your daughter.
Of my daughters. They say it to me. Apparently, they get very irritated at me when I keep saying to them, clean your room and pick up this and do this and have you done this? And then they say, give it a rest, will you? Or they say, take a chill pill. Now, a pill obviously is something that you are swallowing like a medicine. And this is it doesn't exist. This is metaphor. It's a medicine to make you feel relaxed and not irritated anymore. And they call that in popular English, in colloquial English, a chill pill, because it rhymes, a chill pill. So just chill, will you? Chill, of course, if you don't know the word chill means you've probably seen it on your fridges. Sometimes it says chiller or a chili bin. Chill is an adjective. Chilly means it's rather cool or cold. And then we have a verb to chill. You should chill your wine. Maybe you've seen on the wine bottles, on the labels, it says best served chilled. So that means this is nice when it's been in the fridge. So you should serve it from the fridge. Best served chilled. And if you order white wine in a restaurant, they bring a bucket with ice so you can keep your wine chilled.
And you may have heard of the phrasal verb to chill out, which is commonly associated with a type of music. Chill out music, there it's an adjective. It's just very relaxing, very laid back music. So chill out music, it's also a phrasal verb to chill out. And if you tell someone to chill out or ask them to chill out, it's very similar. Relax, take it easy, don't get angry, don't get stressed, just chill out. Take it easy.
Baltazar Perez has just said he can say, like, in answer to the question, when somebody says, how are you? And you say, oh, I'm chilling.
Or just chilling.
I'm just chilling. And that means I'm just relaxing. I'm not doing anything special, nothing very energetic. Maybe you're just on the couch reading a book or watching TV. You're just chilling. That's correct.
Question from Nancy from Argentina. Will you be here every Wednesday? Well, we have been here every Wednesday for a long time, Nancy. And it's middle of the summer here in Spain, although not for you over there in Argentina. So in August, we're going to have a break. We both need to chill out. We need to have a rest and relax. So next Wednesday, I will be here with another very lovely teacher called Monica. And we're going to do our final Facebook Live next Wednesday before the August break. So we will be back in September for sure, but we're going to have a rest in August. And Isabel chilling on the beach every weekend in the Canary Islands. I'm envious, Isabel. That sounds lovely.
Yeah, that does look nice.
Just chilling on the beach with a cocktail, taking it easy. Now, this is similar to one we've had before, isn't it? This is quite similar to on the tip of my tongue. If you can't put your finger on something, now this isn't literally put your finger. It's idiomatically, meaning you can't exactly say for sure, definitely.
Or describe it. You haven't got the words to describe what you feel or what you have seen. I can't put you could say, for example, I went to a meeting yesterday and the atmosphere was really weird and I can't quite put my finger on it. But I had the feeling that the boss is really angry and I don't know why. But I can't put my finger on it. So you've got a sensation, but you haven't got the words to describe what it is you see or hear or feel. You can't put your finger on it.
And I know there was something I needed to do this afternoon, something quite important, and I can't remember what it was. It was connected to work, but I can't put my finger on it. I didn't write it down. I can't remember it. I can't put my finger on it. The reason I is in brackets on the banner at the bottom of the screen is sometimes we don't say I. In spoken English, very often we omit, which means leave out. We don't say the pronoun. So you might hear, I can't put my finger on it, or just can't put my finger on it. And we don't always say the pronoun.
That's right.
Just trying to think of another example. Something seems to be wrong. Something's a bit suspicious, but I can't put my finger on it. I can't say exactly what it is. Okay. Just checking the chat. No questions. Let's move on to the next expression.
You've got to be kidding me. Now, no kidding. Now, these two phrases can be used differently, can't they? Because you can use these phrases. Obviously, kidding means joking. So another way to say it is you could also say you must be joking, right? For example, you've got to be kidding means the same as you must be joking. No kidding means the same. You must be joking. But of course, all of those phrases, you can use them and you can be ironic, right? So I'm not talking about joking at all, but all I'm thinking is that this is quite shocking. So if Craig tells me something like, I don't know, that Tom Cruise was really married 10 times, and I'm very surprised, then I say, you've got to be kidding me. 10 times? He's been married 10 times? No kidding. So I'm using it like ironically, like I don't believe it. I'm very surprised. And then the other use of it is when you're expressing frustration as well. So imagine you are driving your car on the motorway and suddenly the engine stops and you're in the middle of the road and you say, you've got to be kidding me. right? And that is expressing a lot of frustration. It also means I can't believe it, right? I'm surprised. But the intonation is a little bit different. So if I'm really surprised, like at Tom Cruise, I'd say, "You've got to be kidding me." Can you hear that intonation? It's quite positive. "You've got to be kidding me." And the other one is, "You've got to be kidding me." And my voice goes down at the end. And when my voice goes down, it's obviously something negative.
And also with "you must be joking," the intonation is often very stressed because of the surprise. So it's quite common to hear, "You must be joking," if you're really surprised by something. The next door neighbor has just won the lottery and bought a new Ferrari. What? You must be joking. So you really go up and down with the intonation the more surprised you are.
That's right. Francisco has, oh, sorry, go on.
That's a question from Carlos. What does "it's dropped out of my head" mean? Remember, if it's in the present simple, Carlos, you need to use does. What does it mean? So what does "it's dropped out of my head" mean? You've forgotten it. But although I
won't say
strange
dropped.
To me.
It does.
It's
don't
gone,
say dropped.
It's gone out of my head.
It's gone out of my head.
It's gone out of my head. I've forgotten. I can't remember his name or her name, or I can't remember a fact.
It's gone out of my head.
It's on the tip of my tongue. It's gone out of my head. It was in my head. I remembered it, and then I forgot it. It went out of my head.
But it doesn't drop out. I've never heard drop out. No.
Pulling my leg.
Francisco says, "Are you kidding me? Is it the same expression as 'you are pulling my leg'?" I think when you say, "Are you pulling my leg?" you really are genuinely asking, Are you being
trying
ironic, or are you trying to fool me? So it's the real question. Are you pulling my leg, or are you serious? But the other one, "Are you kidding me? You've got to be kidding me." Those expressions just express that you are surprised, not necessarily that you've been fooled.
There are some circumstances where you could use that in a similar way to "are you pulling my leg" and to "you must be joking." If Lynne says something surprising to me, I could say to her, "Oh, you must be joking," or "you're pulling my leg."
Because you don't believe
I can't believe it. And I'm questioning how true it is. So there are some situations where it could be the same, Francisco.
Yeah. And then people are asking about the word "nagging me." Yeah. Nagging. Now, nagging is something different.
Is that something you do with your daughter?
Exactly.
Pick your clothes up. Tidy your
clothes up, tidy your room. I've told you 100 times, pick them up, pick them up, pick them up, pick them up. And they say, what do they say, Craig?
Take a chill pill.
Take a chill pill. Give it a rest. Chill out, right? Give it a rest, would you? That's what they say back to me. But if I ask somebody repeatedly the same thing and I start to irritate them, then I am nagging them. Yeah. They might say to me, "Ma'am, stop nagging me. Stop nagging me."
Stop your nagging. Just to keep on all the time saying the same thing or asking the same thing. Javier has a question. What does "turn down for what" mean? Turn down's a phrasal verb. It means refuse. I was turned down for the position as sales manager. I was refused for the position in the company. But for what? I don't understand exactly what you mean. But turn down is a common phrasal verb, and it means to refuse. Lynne offered me some lovely chocolate cake, but I'm on a diet, so I turned it down. I refused it. Another question, the correct form: washing machine or laundry? Well, laundry is the task you do at home. When you clean the clothes, you do the laundry. And washing machine is the device or the appliance that you use to wash your clothes. So 2 different things. Both are correct.
Okay, we've got to hurry up. We've got 4 left. We're running out of time.
Oh, okay. Well, we're not sure exactly what date we're going to be coming back in August, but we will sleep on it, which means we'll think about it. We'll take some time and think about it before we make a decision. It's a good philosophy, isn't it, Lynn, to sleep on something before making a decision.
And it's like if people ask you, possibly because you are most non-native speakers, people who don't know English, if somebody asks you, when are we going to start again? Maybe your response is just to say, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. But if you keep saying, I don't know, it makes you sound a little bit stupid. If you keep saying, I don't know all the time, right? What you really want to say is, oh, you don't want to answer them now. So if you don't want to answer them now, you can say, let me sleep on it. And that makes you sound more intelligent than when you say, I don't know, I don't know.
And as Rafa said, he's given us the perfect translation, consultarlo con la almohada. To consult with the pillow.
Your pillow.
It's the Spanish equivalent. Yeah. Let me sleep on it. Moving on, back in the day is a long time ago. When I was younger, when we were younger, many years ago. It's not a common expression. It's not usually taught in English books. But if you say, back in the day, I used to use a pen and paper, but now I use the computer for my notes. Or back in the day, I drove a car that I could repair myself, but now it's too complicated and it has computer chips inside. But back in the day, it was really easy. It just means a long, long time ago.
But we always use that, I think, Craig, for positive things. When we're looking back at the past and whatever it was, we consider it positive. If we think it wasn't so positive, you might say years ago, or something is old-fashioned, for example, would be another adjective, right? But when we say back in the day, that means, oh, life was much better in the past. This bit of life was much better. Back in the day when I used to write to my mum every week letters, it was much better than telephoning back in the day.
Back in the day when we used to receive and write postcards when we went on holiday.
That was lovely.
You remember that? And we used to get birthday cards and not messages on Facebook back in the day. And then, go ahead.
I was just going to say, back in the day, can you remember back in the day when you went into a bar alone and you had nothing to do, and you actually used to look at who was in the bar and have eye contact
look at the phone
with people. Whereas nowadays, if you go into a bar or a restaurant or a cafe alone, you are glued to your phone all the time.
Back in the day when the price of a pint of beer was only £1. Back in the day.
Now you're showing how old you are, Craig. That was last century.
Speaking of, thank you. It was actually in the 1900s. Speaking of going back in time, there's an expression, old school, which I like very much. And this is usually used in quite a positive way. If you say to me, Craig, you should use this application on your mobile phone for taking notes, I might say, no, I'm old school. I use a pen and paper. So it's going back. Usually older people use this, but back to when things were different in a better way.
And I think it means that your habit is the old habit. It's not the new habit. So I'm old school. For example, I am old school. And for example, with all my students and my appointments, I actually have this big, thick, heavy diary. And I have all my appointments in here and all my classes that I'm teaching. Now, I'm very old school and I use that. You too, Craig, yeah? You
I'm
have a
old
big
school.
desk calendar. But of course, all you lovely young people out there, I'm sure you put the appointments in your phone, on your digital calendar or on your computer calendar. But I'm very old school. If I haven't got it written in my diary, I don't know where I am. I'm also old school because I use my watch all the time. I never look at my mobile phone for the time. I always use my watch. I'm very old school.
And it's usually it's often said with pride, something that you're proud of doing.
Yeah.
For example, I don't really like this reggaeton music that young people are listening to. Reggaeton, I'm old school. I like rock music from the 80s when they used real instruments and drums and real guitars and electric guitars. I'm old school.
Mm-hmm.
You can say that again, Lynn. But that doesn't mean literally you can say, you're not asking for repetition, are you? You're not saying, can you please repeat that? I didn't understand. What does that mean? You can say that again.
It means I agree with you. I think what you have said is absolutely right. We had another word for absolutely right. What was it? It was
spot
on. Wasn't it? Spot on. Yeah. And so that's another one, isn't it? You can say that again. So if I say, let me give an opinion, it's usually to confirm an opinion of somebody. So if I say, listening to podcasts, really, it's a fantastic way to improve your English if you're learning that. Craig?
Yep. You can say that again. Sorry, I was distracted. I was replying to someone in the chat. I was distracted. You see, I'm old school. I can't multitask. I can't do two things at once. But you can. Let's try again. Let's try that again.
All right. So listening to podcasts, everyone, is a really good way to improve your English.
You can say that again.
Mm-hmm.
You're absolutely right. You can say that again.
Mm-hmm. So he's just like confirming my opinion. Mm-hmm.
Finally, we have one more for you today, and that's we are going to take a break in August. We won't be here every Wednesday, but it's not the end of the world because we will be here again in September. So the world will not end, which means don't worry. It's not such a bad thing. It's not a disaster. It's not the end of the world.
And we do say this an awful lot, especially if you're a parent. I know many of you are parents there. And if you're a parent, sometimes, you know, when your kids, something happens to them, and they're the normal things that happen in life. Maybe their boyfriend or girlfriend chucks them and then you have to comfort them and you say, it's not the end of the world. You'll find another boyfriend. You'll find another girlfriend. Or maybe they fail an exam at school and they come home and they're very upset and you say, it's not the end of the world. It's only an exam. You know, there'll be other opportunities or something doesn't happen the way that they want. So it's a very reassuring thing to say to somebody and you say, it's not the end of the world. Okay, which means...
And sadly, some people are losing their jobs and they're having trouble finding employment. They lose their jobs, but it's not necessarily the end of the world. It may be a push in the direction to do something even better. So there may be a door opening for you, and it's not the end of the world. It's a chance to do something new and something better.
That's right. Now, I've just seen a comment from Christine. Oh, you've just said Christine as well. Hi, Christine. Christine, who's one of our regulars. Christine's always here. Apparently, she's working overtime, so she's going to watch our live later. So it's not the end of the world because if you don't see us live, it's not the end of the world because we always put up the recorded class you put it on your Mansion Inglés website.
Yes,
is that right, Craig?
That's right. So you can check it out later.
And if you go to my website, putitlikethis.com, you'll see a link to my YouTube channel. And I haven't got anything else on the YouTube channel. So don't go looking there for more than this. But you'll see all of the rest of the classes that I've done with Craig, they're all on a YouTube channel. They're under Put It Like This as well, if you can't find them on Craig's website. We put them everywhere, don't we, Craig?
Yes, we put them everywhere. Let's go back quickly and quickly show you again, revise, summarize the expressions we've looked at today. So we talked about things being swings and roundabouts, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, meaning it doesn't really matter if you go through the center of the city or go around where there's less traffic, it's the same time. So it's 6 of one and half a dozen of the other.
If you look at the recorded videos, you can go to Put It Like This, or you can go to Mention Inglés. It's 6 and 2 3s. Yeah, that's another way of saying it. All right, this one was spot on, bang on, dead right, too right. And this just means, yes, I agree.
Don't forget to have a look or check out our websites. You can see them at the bottom of the screen. Lynne is at putitlikethis.com and mentioningles.com is our site. So check them out.
If you don't want to say exactly what you're thinking because maybe it's not tactful, then you need to bite your tongue. Okay. So I just thought of a wonderful example. Imagine your child comes home with a new partner and maybe you don't like them, but it's not a good idea. It's best to bite your tongue.
I wish my parents, when they were alive, had bitten their tongue more than they did, because unfortunately, my parents always told me exactly what they thought of my ex-girlfriends. They did not bite their tongues.
Okay. Well, and the other situation you have to bite your tongue is with your mother-in-law and father-in-law. Maybe you don't like your mother-in-law and father-in-law, but my advice is bite your tongue, because your partner will never forgive you. You never talk about anybody who is family of your friends or your partners. That's good
possibly the best advice that you've ever given, I think. If something's on the tip of your tongue, you can't quite remember it. You can see the face of the person maybe, but you can't remember their name. It's on the tip of your tongue. So it's on the tip of my tongue. I can't remember the name or the fact.
And if somebody is annoying you or irritating you and you're angry and you want to say stop, you say, give me a break, or give it a rest, will you? Or give it a rest, would you? So I don't know, but maybe there are some of you out there who are bored with Craig and I every Wednesday. So you might say, give us a rest, will you? Come back in September. No problem.
If someone's angry or annoyed or stressed, you can just tell them to relax by saying, just chill, will you? Chill out. Take a chill pill, relax.
And if you can't put your finger on it, it means you haven't got the words to express what you want to say. You can't express exactly what it is. You can't put your finger on it. You don't really know.
You've got to be kidding me. Expressing surprise. No kidding. You must be joking if you want to express surprise. And remember that up and down intonation. The more surprised you are, the more it will go up and down. You've got to be kidding.
Let me sleep on it is a nice response. Makes you sound intelligent if you don't know the answer and you want some time to think, then you can say, let me sleep on it. And then you can come back and find the answer out and then look intelligent the next day.
And back in the day, a long time ago, usually when things were better, back in the day before computers, before mobile phones, everybody had better social skills. We could talk to each other. Back in the day, things were a lot better.
And old school is best. So the old ways that you have in the past, sometimes if you think it was a very good habit and it's the better, then you can describe that habit as being old school. So remember, Craig and I are very old school. We use our diaries to write in all our appointments. Very old school. I'm also old school in my text messages because I always say hello with the name and I always say bye, Lynne. And my children always laugh at me, but I'm very old school.
Me too. You can say that again. I absolutely agree with you.
And it's not the end of the world means cheer up, don't worry, the sun will come out tomorrow. Is that right, Craig?
You can bet your bottom dollar that the sun will come out tomorrow, and I'm not going to sing.
Okay.
Thanks, Gemma. It's good to see you as well. Thanks to
Oh, that's
everyone
nice.
who's been watching. And any other questions before we go? Isidro, it's not the end of the world, or always look on the bright side of life. As Monty Python sang, always look on the bright side of life.
Yeah. Okay, well, have a great holiday, everybody. I hope you, if you're on holiday, obviously in this hemisphere, it's summer, so we have summer holidays soon. So if you are having summer holidays soon, I hope you all enjoy yourselves. Stay safe. And I think I'm going to come back and look younger because I'll be relaxed and happy. What about you, Craig? Will you come back looking younger?
I think that depends on how many chill pills you take, but I think you will if you have a rest. Yeah, I'm going to do some different things, but I won't be traveling anywhere. I'm going to relax, take it easy. I'm going to chill out here in August and come back refreshed in September. Before we go, to remind you, if you want to contact Lynne, you can find her at this webpage.
Putitlikethis.com. Thank you. That's you find out everything there if you want. And if you want to contact me, there's a contact page too. And Craig?
And if you want to contact me through the Mansion Inglés website, there's lots of free courses there and free material for you to study over the summer. Next Wednesday with Monica, we will be looking at tips, advice, things you can do during the summer to improve your English. And we'll also be looking at some vocabulary as well. And if you don't know about the podcast, some people have mentioned the podcast in the chat. You can find it at inglespodcast.com or anywhere where you listen to your audio. Thanks again for being with us. It's been a pleasure. And until next time, take care.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Take care.